Oh, hey guys, glad you could join me. I'm just getting out my old recorder. I'm sure you've seen this from music class, but I had one of these since I was in third grade, and I still remember some of the songs I played. So if you get a chance, it's something you can always do the rest of your life if you remember it and you practice. It does take a lot of practice, and I haven't played for a long time, so I'm a little rusty, but it's still a lot of fun. All right, but the reason you guys are here today is for our next two thrilling chapters in David Walliams' Ice Monster. Today, we will be reading chapters 41 and 42. Let's get started. Good Eye. Chapter 41, Good Eye. It's a what? Roared the guard at the gate of the Royal Hospital. He was a fearsome old soldier, a sergeant major no less, with a chest full of medals on his scarlet coat. He sported a monocle on his left eye and an eye patch on his right. It's a brand new top secret tank, replied Elsie, gesturing at the mammoth hidden underneath some sheets. Balderdash. It's not Balderdash. It's brand new weapon for Private Thomas, added Dotty. Titch Thomas. Yes, that's him, the shortish one. Shortish is an understatement, chortled the sergeant major. Titch is so tiny, he gets mistaken for a toy soldier. Dotty started to look angry. She didn't appreciate hearing the love of her life spoken about in this manner. He may be small, but he is perfectly formed. Titch is 73 if he's a day, replied the sergeant major, and his feet wouldn't reach the pedals. What on earth does he need this contraption for? That's top secret, isn't it? Answered Elsie. If we told you, it wouldn't be top secret. The old soldier did not look convinced. Who are you anyway? That's top secret too, replied the girl. Now, open the gate, ordered Dotty. Whoo! Went the mammoth from under the sheets. She raised her trunk. The sergeant major was becoming increasingly suspicious. Elsie and Dotty looked at each other nervously. What was that? Demanded the sergeant major. That? Asked Dotty. Yes, that. Began Elsie. It was a cannon thing, just lifting up. She pushed the trunk down the trunk, and Wooly let out another whoo. You just said something, snarled the sergeant major. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Didn't. Did. It was me, chimed in Dotty. I was looking at you the whole time, said the old soldier. From the good eye? Yes, from the good eye. Your face didn't move. Well, began Dotty, that's because... Spit it out, woman. That's because the sound came from me body. Your body, madam? Chapter 42, Backdoor Barrage. It was a body burp, explained Dotty. I can't smell anything, protested the sergeant major, pointing his nose towards the lady and sniffing the air. Count yourself lucky, chimed in Elsie, continuing. The lie by wafting the air in front of her screwed up her face. Pooh, it's a real stinker. How utterly uncouth, huffed the old soldier. I had no idea that ladies could even, for a more polite expression, unleash a gas attack. Sadly, it happens, mused Dotty. Hoo! There, my bottom goes again. Hoo! Whoops, again. The sergeant major's face turned a shade of beetroot. Madam, do you have any control over your, for want of more polite expression, rear gun? Hoo! It seems not, replied Dotty. Dotty's got a grotty bottom. Elsie could feel the mammoth becoming more and more restless. Please, let us through before she lets another one go. Most irregular, muttered the old soldier. He raised the gate at once and saluted as the three unlikely visitors passed through the grounds of the Royal Hospital. Thank you so much, said Elsie. Oh, naughty bottom, called out Dotty, slapping her own rear end. Just as they led the mammoth across the lawn, she stopped with her trunk and snuffled under the snow and began to munch on the frozen grass. Rump, rump, rump. Having not eaten in 10,000 years, the animal was hungry. As much as the pair tried to keep moving, the mammoth was staying put. From under the sheets, she munched and munched and munched. She must have eaten a ton of grass before she was full. From the sentry post, the sergeant major looked on. He raised a telescope to his good eye and spied on the strange goings-on the grounds of the Royal Hospital. "Just refueling," called out Elsie. The old shoulder shook his head. "Ruddy strange sort of tank." "Yes, it doubles as a lawnmower," said Dottie. Just as the pair thought they might have got away with it, the inevitable happened. The animal laid a mammoth poop. Thud! A prehistoric poop plopped on the snow. It was mammoth, both in origin and size, large and brown and steaming. "Just testing the brand new weaponry," explained Elsie. "It's a stink bomb," added Dottie. "Don't worry," began Elsie. "It's not explosive." Then she added under her breath, "I think." "Well, you can't leave it there on the lawn," roared the sergeant major. "What do you want us to do with it?" asked Elsie. "Put it back in the chute." The pair looked at the back end of the mammoth. "I'm not sure that's going to work," said Dottie. "I'd say it's more of an exit than an entrance." "Well, pick it up then," he ordered. "May?" asked Dottie. She'd been a cleaning lady for 40 years and had dealt with all kinds of unspeakable mess, but this was beyond. "Yes, you," said Elsie. The lady gave the girl a stern look. "Don't dilly-dally, woman. Get on with it," bellowed the sergeant major. Reluctantly, Dottie bent down, holding her nose as far away from the steaming pile as possible. The lady scooped it up in her hands. She stood up and held it away from her as far as her arms would allow. "At last," called the sergeant major. The three unlikely friends moved on. The little girl couldn't help but smile, which made the lady fume. "Would you care to swap?" asked Dottie, already knowing the answer. "I'm fine, thank you," said Elsie, leading the mammoth across the courtyard. She noticed an unusually short old soldier looking out from them from a tall window. He was smiling, waving, and blowing kisses in the most extravagant manner. "Titch!" exclaimed Dottie. All right, that does it for chapters 41 and 42. Now, you know what's next. So, are you ready? You got to do better than that. I said, are you ready? All right, here we go. One time only. You, meaning every single one of you, including Colton, including Vincent, are going to have to answer each. You ready? And every question with complete sentences. Now remember, we've been working on restating the question, so make sure you restate the question in your answer. And until next time, have a great rest of your day. Make sure you click submit.